Hello, and how's it going, everybody? It is Skullzi here with the latest gaming news, rumors, and speculation. Today's video might be a bit shorter than usual, but that doesn't make it any less substantial, as today's news is getting the community adventuring deep into that speculation country all over again, as it seems like a secret Bethesda game that was in the works for some time now could finally get a reveal later this year. And based on these rumors, this game might be something totally different than we expect, and potentially even a completely different game style than we usually see from any of the various and ever-growing Bethesda Softworks dev studios. So with all this in mind, let's jump right into today's content. First off, we are talking about that spy team again today, something I am sure most of you haven't heard about yet, but a lot of the OG watchers of the Skullzi channel probably are quite familiar with. Spy Team joined the Bethesda speculation party back when the trademark was originally discovered a couple years ago. However, just recently I decided to wander the Bethesda trademark records again, and I found Spy Team was actually recently updated, and in an interesting way. In order to find this though, we need orange-flavored mentats and a direct line into the United States Patent and Trademark Office, which I happen to have both. Hitting up that public trademark office record database, we can deep dive into Spy Team's mysterious hole of information. Stop judging my phrasing. We can see this is indeed the main trademark for Spy Team, and the most recent update was January 28th, 2022, earlier this year. We can see this is indeed a video game based on the trademark classifications, and finally we can further confirm this is indeed a ZeniMax and thus a Bethesda game. It's unclear though which studio is actually working on Spy Team or what this game could even be, but we'll get into that here in a second, as there are some pretty credible rumors that can help narrow the speculation down. If we check the trademark documentation for Spy Team though, we can find the actual paperwork associated with the recent 2022 update. In and of itself though, this paperwork update only represents the game's entry into the United States trademark system and is actually one of the first and very early steps of the trademark filing process. On a technical level, the trademark isn't even accepted and official yet, which means it could be some time before we even see this game, anywhere from maybe a year or longer, based on how quickly Bethesda moves through this process and how responsive the trademark office actually is. It could be less time if the game is like completely done and Bethesda waited to file the trademark for this game until it was finished, but usually that doesn't happen. Usually game developers file the trademark early on, that way they can actually own or try to own the name of the game early, because if they made the entire game and then filed the name for it and then oops, turns out someone else has that name already, then you might have to go back and change a bunch of stuff in your game, which could be awkward. However, unless you're Hermes from Futurama, you probably don't want to hear about all the technical paperwork trademark side of all this. Most of you are probably here wondering what Spy Team even is and who is developing it. For that, we have a few solid rumors to go through. The first one is Spy Team could potentially be a Roundhouse Studio game, and actually a team-based player versus environment game, so basically PvPvE. And this game was in development by Roundhouse before they were acquired by Bethesda, back when they were known as Human Head Studios. Furthermore, the team-based online game seems to be based off a comic license as well, which is pretty exciting. I have no idea what comic license this could be based off of, but one thing we need to keep in mind here is Bethesda could have acquired the rights to this comic license by actually acquiring Human Head Studios, and there were rumors a while ago that ZeniMax Online Studios MMORPG game, that new one that they're in development of right now, could actually have been a hero game as well, so this is very interesting to hear this. And by the way, this is all verified by actual Roundhouse developer LinkedIn profiles, as you can see here. Seeing how the name of this game is Spy Team, and seeing how Human Head was working on a team-based online game while they're being acquired by Bethesda, it somewhat makes sense that the game's development could continue low-key or be placed on hold and picked back up later, which we could be seeing right now with Spy Team. After all, Roundhouse has been pretty quiet lately, and they have to have been up to something, right? This next rumor actually comes direct from a credible source, trusted gaming insider Nick Special. Nick is indeed very special, and has been correct with a lot of his leaks and inside information in the past, and all of his various orb ponderings. One of his recent orb ponderings produced the following information. One of the various Bethesda studios is working on a game codenamed Project Wormwood, and this game is said to actually be a real-time strategy game of some kind, which is totally surprising because we usually don't see RTS games from any of the various Bethesda studios. And I know what some of you are thinking, this RTS game is called Project Wormwood and not Spy Team. However, one thing we need to keep in mind here is that project codenames usually have nothing to do with the game's actual release name. And even though this is still speculation, the name Spy Team does seem like it could totally fit an XCOM-style RTS game. And I totally love XCOM, by the way, so if there was a Bethesda XCOM-style game, I would totally be down for that. And now for the last rumor. Before Bethesda Game Studios Austin was acquired by Bethesda, they were known as Battlecry Studios, and they were actually working on a game called Battlecry, a hero-based arena shooter from what it seems to be. BGS Austin are rumored to be actually working on a new game right now as well, so it's very likely that the Battlecry development assets weren't thrown away completely, and instead were placed on hold or repurposed and changed up a bit, so BGS Austin can continue work on what they wanted to do with Battlecry, only this time it's switched around and rebranded as Spy Team. In my opinion though, any one of these rumors seem just as credible as the other. The two things we know for certain at this time though is that Spy Team is indeed a Bethesda game of some kind. It's been trademarked for a long time and that trademark has been renewed and updated for some time now, so obviously Bethesda is invested into this Spy Team product and they want the game to come out, otherwise they wouldn't be putting all the time and effort into the trademark filing. And another thing to keep in mind here is Redfall was also done in this exact way. For the longest time we actually thought Redfall was the Elder Scrolls 6, but seems like we were wrong about that. However, Redfall was a mysterious game filed in just the same way, actually around the same time Spy Team was filed and was updated in the same exact way as we are seeing with the Spy Team trademark. So Spy Team no doubt is a game that we will see at some point in time. And another interesting thing to keep in mind here too is that there are more games in development right now from all the various Bethesda Softworks studios than ever before. It seems like Bethesda is stepping it up in terms of working on many different projects and new IPs, which is super hype, but at the same time it makes it significantly more difficult to narrow down what studio any potential trademark discoveries could relate to. So with all this in mind, what type of game could Spy Team even be? Some believe it's a mobile game, which it could be. I mean, the name Spy Team could fit the mobile narrative, but in my opinion, based on the name, it heavily implies it is an online game of some variety, perhaps even in teams. This is why I am leaning towards the Roundhouse Studio rumor, or the Bethesda Game Studios Austin rumor. It's most likely not an RTS, and it's probably a PvPvE or a hero shooter, although, to be honest, Spy Team could fit RTS as well, so it's like all these rumors, like I said, are just as credible. However, this might hit different with some of the community because, like I said, we don't usually see RTS games from Bethesda, and if it is a hero shooter online game of some kind, some people claim that genre is overplayed, but still keep in mind we haven't seen anything official on this game yet, so let's not judge it based off of speculation, which is based off of trademark filings. Either way though, it's good to see so many new titles in development from Bethesda, and I hope this continues as time progresses, as there is a lot of talent amongst all the different Bethesda developers, amongst all the different Bethesda studios. That is everything I wanted to talk about in today's video though. As always, let me know what you think about Spy Team down in the comments below. Thumbs up if you enjoyed the content, be sure to subscribe to help grow the community and the channel, and huge shout out to the following amazing people for supporting the channel and the community. Get your name added to this permanent feature video shout out list that'll be featured at the end of every single one of my videos from this point forward by supporting the channel over on Ko-fi, Patreon, or here on YouTube as an exclusive channel member. Links for all this and more are down in the description below, as well as a link for Skullzi merchandise and the Skullzi Discord server. And as always, thank you for watching. Be sure to tune in next time when Spy Team turns out to be Bethesda's counter-intel operation trying to thwart our speculative investigations.
It just works.